Not every car becomes a classic. Some become cautionary tales. Whether it was bad design, poor performance, unreliable mechanics, or just terrible timing, these cars are remembered for all the wrong reasons. Today, we are counting down 5 of the worst cars of the 20th century and the surprising and sometimes hilarious reasons why they failed. 1958. Edsel. Ford's $250 million mistake. Ford launched the Edsel brand in 1957 with high hopes and a massive budget. It was supposed to fill the gap between Ford and Mercury. What they got was a disaster. Key features, or flaws: overly complex design, horse collar grille mocked by the public, quality control issues from the start, confusing marketing and model naming, teletouch push-button transmission located in the steering wheel hub. Why it failed. Ford spent over $250 million on the Edsel program, but the timing was terrible. It launched during a recession, the design was unpopular, and production issues plagued the car. Sales: less than 110,000 cars, sold before Ford pulled the plug in 1960. The name Edsel became synonymous with commercial failure. 1971, Ford Pinto. Cheap, light, and explosive. The Ford Pinto was designed to compete with cheap imports. It was small, affordable, and simple, but it came with a deadly flaw. Key features and major issue: rear fuel tank design with minimal protection, 1.6-liter and 2.0-liter engines, compact two-door and hatchback designs, lightweight construction. Why it failed. In rear-end collisions, the Pinto's fuel tank could rupture and explode. Internal Ford memos revealed the company calculated the cost of lawsuits versus a recall and chose not to fix it immediately. Infamy. Over 100 people reportedly died in Pinto-related fires. The car became a symbol of corporate negligence. The Pinto scandal changed how safety regulations and recalls were handled in the U.S. auto industry. 1975 Trabant 601, East Germany's plastic disaster. In East Germany, the Trabant was a symbol of mobility for the masses. Unfortunately, it was also a symbol of everything wrong with communist-era engineering. Key features and many flaws: 600cc two-stroke engine, 26 horsepower, plastic body made from Duroplast, a resin and recycled textile mix. No fuel gauge, 0 to 60 miles per hour, over 20 seconds when it even reached that. Why it failed. The Trabant was underpowered, unreliable, and extremely polluting. Production methods were outdated and customers often had to wait 10 to 15 years to receive their car. Although quirky and iconic in its own way, the Trabant remains one of the worst-performing mass-produced vehicles of the 20th century. 1982, Cadillac Cimarron. Luxury badge, economy Carhartt. In a rush to compete with European luxury imports, Cadillac introduced the Cimarron, a move many consider the brand's worst mistake. Key features, based on the Chevrolet Cavalier platform: 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine, front-wheel drive, generic GM interior, Cadillac badge and leather trim added. Why it failed. Buyers immediately saw through the badge engineering. It lacked the performance, luxury, and prestige Cadillac was known for. Sales poor. Critics and customers alike panned the Cimarron for being overpriced and uninspired. It damaged Cadillac's reputation for years and remains a case study in how not to upscale a brand. 1971. Morris Marina, Britain's awkward answer to a crisis. The British Leyland Morris Marina was built in a hurry to compete with Japanese and European imports, but it ended up being one of the most derided British cars ever made. Key features: 1.3-liter and 1.8-liter engines, rear-wheel drive, budget interior, outdated suspension, even by 1970s standards. Why it failed. Built with outdated technology and rushed engineering, the Marina was unreliable, poor handling, and suffered frequent mechanical failures. It became the butt of British automotive jokes for decades. Despite selling over 1 million units, the Marina is still regarded as a low point in British car manufacturing. So, There you have it. 5 cars that history would rather forget. They may not have broken speed records, but they certainly broke reputations. Which of these disasters do you think was the worst? Or do you think one of them deserves a second chance? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown of automotive blunders, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more car history, both the best and the worst. Until next time, drive safe and check your fuel tank.